Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Today, I will spend 20 to 30 minutes for a short presentation to share with you how we work with the famous IP and how we work to make it a success. So let me give you a briefing about our company. A company called Locojoy. My name is Faust. Uh, our company is mostly we based in Beijing, and we are the developers and also publishers. We deliver around 30 titles per year. Publishing territory is worldwide. So we have a couple years working with the IP. So this is the presentation. So yes, we're talking about the IP games. First of all, the why we should looking for the IP game, why we develop the IP game. I believe all of you within the game industry, we know that how hard to acquire the user, how hard to make make a revenue. So it's kind of like you're fishing in the big ocean. Once you are a fisherman, how you're gonna do? The first thing for us is we try to looking for the stock of fish. That's much easier. We're looking for a big pool of the gamers. So how it's coming to? The first thing is like IP, because if we have the big IP, which means we have a lot of the loyalty audience. It's sort of like a stock of fish. They have the same behavior, they have the same taste, and they probably like the same thing. So like you fishing, you know what the temperatures they like, you know what kind of bait they like, and you know how to fish that. So yes, the whole market is that we know that there are lots of too many games. Last year they told me about 25,000 games launched on the market, so which is very difficult. The second thing is that the cost of the acquisition is very high. It's from $2 to $10, depends on the different game genres. The other thing is that the gamer is more loyalty if your game was fit for the IP, and you get the feedback, very good feedback. And of course, they have derivative value, and also you can get some benefit of part of the IP's umbrella. Let me talk about these things that I believe that lots of you are the indie, and someday you wish your game can become a great IP. So let's talk about later about the IP umbrella. So yes, for the IP game, actually, for the IP, it's not easy job. There are a bunch of the experts. They're working for the IP hub. They have financial part, they're designer, they have technical part, and also production part, and also big game hunters. So you definitely need to work with this expert. You definitely need that because this is not a simple, easy way to go. Lots of people just, since we're running with the IP management, lots of people ask me, in the end, always starting with the first question, how much is your IP? How much? So it's complicated. I cannot answer this question with a single numbers because this pool is very complicated. It's not only you make a game, but also the IP resources come from different ways, like, for example, like Batman, starting with the comic book, novels, then movie theaters, and consumer products, and blah, 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 a lot of things. What we call is IP, even the patent. So you definitely need to work with the expert to helping you to work with that. So to come to the first beginning, if you want to make a game, you should start to evaluate the IP. So the IP strengths And the monetization is not easy. It's very complicated. Even for us, it's the same. Like we're starting with the game business. We are not very strong. We don't have a strong knowledge with the consumer product, a lot of things. So we're starting with the game. The first question is, when we're looking for the IP, we're looking for if this IP, its strength is good enough for me. So how I can evaluate. So it's coming to different section. We're starting with the IP audience. So, and review. We review thousands of IP every month. It's from different resources. And also, we check the portfolio to doing the analyze and checking with the due diligence. And also, later I will show you about how we evaluated the IP. But yes, not only in the whatever is famous or not, we need to have some figure to helping us to evaluate how it's worked with that. And also the patent and strategy what they make. So from the first beginning that we will analyze it, this couple of things. First of all is the strength. The strength is we can come from many figures from the web, from a lot of analyze tools. I will show you later. So first of all is the strength. And the second one is the target audience. This is much more important rather than the strengths. Once you have strengths, you should think about the target audience. What's the age? What's the money they can pay? What's the behavior? And what the expectation? And also the country, of course. And of course, you need to think about the core elements of the IP. For example, is that a music, or the characters, or the story, or any else? I mean, for different IP, they have different core elements. Definitely, if you want to get the strength of that one, you need to get the core element and try to figure it out if it's fit for your game. And the other thing is the game genre. You should check it out. If this IP fit for something else, if that's fit for your game genre, or if you can find some game genre fit for this IP, the spirit. So it's a go both way. The last thing is you should think about the competition. I mean, we release all of this is because, come back to the first beginning. The first question always asking us is, how much is the IP? When you're talking to the IP owners, if you don't ask this question at the first beginning, I will be mad, and they will be mad too. Because if you cooperate with the IP owners, what I'm feeling is sort of like you dating with girls or you get married. You don't want to check your girlfriends, how old are you or how much you have. So yes, there is no regular terms. So there's no regular price. It depends on how you propose that. So after we analyze all these things, we will prepare some financial prediction about how we can make this game and how we make money for that one. So then we're talking about the terms. So it's very important keys that if you want to make the good game, the good IP game, you want to get this IP, be sure, spend time on evaluation, study this IP, and you make a good game proposed to them. Not only, you are not going just telling them, that, okay, I'm going to make a perfect game and tremendous games for that. You need to tell them, you need to let the IP owner knows that you already study that, and not only make a good game, but also you're familiar with their IP, and you can make a great game to make money. Then we're talking about the turns. So this is the tool that we use to check the IP strengths. I list all of that. Google Trends is the best tools that you should study with that, starting from Google Trends, Google Analyze. And also in China, we have a Baidu index and also tag. And you can check the tag and check how many posts on that for track for years, so you can know the strengths of the IP. And also we checked some like a licensing report. It's because licensing reports can helping you to get more understand about this IP, how popular in the physical world. For example, like maybe this year we check on the report. For example, like we check report about Marvel's, Batman's. We know how much they spend, how much they license to the consumer products. So you can know that how many consumer products will be launched on the market. And so it's a long time tracking, and it's to help you not only focus on the online message, and also the SEM and SEO. Yes, so these are regular tools what we use to check the IP, like AD preview tools, Google's keywords, Google Trends, and Uber Suggest, and SEM Rush, and SEO Chat. Of course, you probably have your own Analyze tool, but the thing is that you definitely need to run in with the Analyze and telling them or telling us that you are ready, study, and you're familiar with this IP. So that's talking about how our experience. We spend millions on that and learn something from the IP. Lesson 1. It must be enthusiastic and familiar with your IP. Yeah, it's an easy point, but not very many developers do that. Our experience that we've been worked with a couple games. The game they want to, okay, right now I work with the strategy game, I want to use a Paradox IP, blah, 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 this one. But the thing is that if the teams or you are not familiar with this IP, please think about it, because you don't really understand about the IP, so which means you will focus on your time. Say, my game is very good, but you don't know much about the IP, so it will be difficult for you after a long time developing time. You will lose your faith. So the better thing is that must find your team. They're very familiar with your IP. The best way is that they like this IP, then they can make a good game. Lesson 2, follow the IP's guideline. This is a very important thing. Yes, someone tell me that if we license the IP and we get the not only strengths but more limitation. I mean, yes. If you want to make an IP game, of course you got limitation of how this IP will be. For example, like you want to work with a Superman. You spend $2 million to get the Superman, and you want Superman to make a racing game. I'm not sure if that works. What if they want to license to you and you got license and you want to make a racing game? It's a big challenge for you because they probably don't provide you the guidelines say we cannot make the racing game. But most of the famous IP, they have their own very good IP guideline. It's very helpful, including the text, what you can use, fonts, characters, action, music, and story. Lots of things. The IP guideline is it's a treasure for us. So get help to the IP guideline and follow that, and you will get very good support from that. The second one, still, focus on your core gameplay. It's easy. If you get a license from the IP and you propose a good game, and I believe that's at the first stage, post-production. But after you develop the things, you have to focus on your core gameplay to make it a good game. And lesson 4 is that you need to looking for the expectation of the IP audience. This is the very easy way to go. Don't just develop by yourself. You can check out there. I believe it's easy for you to find the target audience. The IP's audience, they can always telling you what they want. And it's very clear. I want the Superman, I want the Iron Man, I want to play like Iron Man, if you're talking about ARPG, they were telling you that I want to be the Iron Man, I can fly, I can shoot anything. And yes, so we try, every time when we do the games, we were running the test, and before the test, before the game design, we were checking about, we will have the group to collect the IP audience and check it out, asking what they want. And it's to really help for you to develop the game. In lesson 5, that's the most important thing. I try to convince you that we spend millions to get the knowledge of this one. Try to get the support from your IP owner. In most of the case, I've seen that it's sort of like get marriage. A developer, they spend money to get IP. After that, they feel like enemy with the IP owner. They say, I don't want to get involved to my game. I know how to make a good game. I want to make this one. I want to make. And IP owner say, you cannot do this. You cannot do this. You can't. So it's not the good relation, because the IP owners, they own this one. This IP is their baby. They know, they have the IP knowledge. They have a bunch of resource, and they have a lot of plan, not only for your game, but also they have probably they have lots of events. They have some consumer product licensing out. They have a movie, a lot of things. So you need to work with them and get advantage of that. And you can get the grade, you can save money. And also the PR and the social media, the promotion, and the legal licensing, technology, activity, whatever. Be sure to work with your IP owners, and you can get a lot of benefit, I guarantee. So the other thing is how you can avoid the copyright infringement. For the legal issue, yes, if you want to work with the IP, the legal issue is much more important and very essential to success in the game industry. So definitely, you need to look up the professional, the expert, the legal one or the agent one. And 2, the mistake can cost game developers a lot. Not only for legal fee, but also a lot of damage. Imagine that once you finish the games, usually we need to get past of the audience from the IP owners. So, for example, like you spend millions to develop games without the communication, and you're going to launch in the next month. So, you got the answer is no. We cannot pass your approval. You cannot get approval to that. So it costs you a lot, and it's very frustrated about that thing. So don't do that. So you need to work with the IP owners very closely. And the legal matters in game development are frequently complicated. So we should not rely on the information. You need to rely on the experienced counsel. And copyright is one kind of IP, not only for the copyright, but also a lot of things, trademarks, patents, industrial design. So yes, what I'm talking about is that if you want to work with the IP games, definitely you should focus on that and respect for everything the IP owner tell you. and also works protect. They're talking about the copyright. The copyright protection is available for the works of the authorships. So there are lots of the type of works. Since you develop the game, you license IP, but you still own something. You still own the works protected, like the story, music, drama, and pictures, motion picture, and the sounds recording, lots of things. So yes, you can keep the authorship, but it depends on the contract, how you work with. So yes, we have, since we have the experience, we have some partnership with like a Turner, which is the Cartoon Networks. We have lots of IP from the Cartoon Network, and also we have the Playboy, and our own MC1 is famous in China, and also Shawnship, and there are lots of the IP owners. We have a great relationship with the IP owners, and we know the portfolio how to work with the IP owners. And we're looking for some more good game and more developers that can work with us to make more success in the game business. So yes, I left this. This is our message. If you want to, if you are interested to work with the IP games, please contact me anytime or WeChat, whatever. So yes, that's my presentation. So should I lift Q&A? Any one of you?
Hi, interesting presentation. I've worked on a lot of IPs myself, so actually I'm just kind of curious, what's the favorite IP that you've worked on a game for? What's the favorite experience you had?
My favorite experience? Okay, there are two. One is the Playboy. Right now, we are very exciting. Last year, we get license from the Playboy. Since the Playboy is the top 20, top 100 classic IP in the world. So we licensed, we got the exclusive license from the Playboy to make a casino game. And the interesting one is that we evaluated the social gambling market. There are lots of the game, but very wide range. Good games make huge money, but most of the game, they cannot make a good money. So the other thing is the acquisition of the gambling user is much more higher. For this genre, it's around $10. Yeah. So it's coming to that. If we have some IP, it's definitely helpful. So who is the gamers? We're looking for the men, rich men, and like entertain. So looking for the Playboy. And right now we're under developing one. And very exciting of all of teens because we got all of the pictures and content and exclusive rights. So we are very exciting. Once we launch this game, everyone not only play the game to win the game coin with nothing, but you can use your game coin to buy some beautiful pictures. So that's a good experience one. The other one is like, it's an MT1. I'm not sure if you understand. MT1 is our famous, our very successful one in China. This IP helping us make at least $500 million in China. And we are very good. We get the very advantage of this IP and try to make it stronger. So the good thing, my best experience that every time when we work a new project, we add a new spirit and new feeling about this IP. So the IP could be changed. And you can feel that if it's stronger, or longer, and more ability to do. So that's my most exciting one. And the recent one is the Powerpuff Girls. It's a very classic United States IP. But this is what we say is for the girls IP. And that's a big challenge because most of our developers are the men, the male. So when we started this project, we had a lot of the female developers, and we found this is very good experience that work with the female beautiful girls in our room, in our studio. and they can give you different perspective. And what I'm saying is that it's always right, because it's a girls' game, and their opinion is always right. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have
Thank
to stop here. Thank you, Faust. It was
Thank you.
very interesting.